the Guardian of Osun Forest. In the dense, lush forest of Osun State, Nigeria, life thrived in a delicate balance. The forest was a sanctuary, teeming with flora and fauna, a haven untouched by the ravages of modernity. For generations, the people of the nearby village of Ife had revered the forest, believing it to be protected by ancient spirits. Among these spirits was a legendary creature known as Olu, a chimpanzee said to possess extraordinary intelligence and a heart of gold. Olu was no ordinary chimpanzee. Found as an infant by a local healer named Mama Amina, he was raised with kindness and wisdom. Mama Amina, a woman deeply connected to the earth and its creatures, saw something special in Olu's eyes. She nurtured him, teaching him the ways of the forest and the language of humans. Olu grew into a majestic creature, his eyes shining with understanding and empathy. The peaceful existence of Ife and its forest was shattered when a multinational corporation, Agrotech, began clearing large swathes of the forest for palm oil plantations. The villagers protested, but their voices were drowned by the promises of progress and economic development. Trees fell, animals fled, and the once vibrant forest started to wither. Mama Amina, now old and frail, called upon the spirits for help. She knew Olu was their last hope. "Olu, my child," she whispered one evening, her voice trembling with emotion, "the forest needs you. Our people need you." Olu understood. He had seen the destruction and felt the pain of the forest. It was time to act. The village of Ife was in turmoil. Children who used to play in the forest were now confined to their homes, fearing the machines and men that tore through their sanctuary. One evening, a group of children, curious and brave, ventured into the forest despite the warnings. Among them was little Kemi, Mama Amina's great-granddaughter. As they wandered deeper, they stumbled upon a clearing where a massive machine stood, its metal jaws ready to devour more trees. The children were terrified and started to run, but Kemi tripped and fell. The machine operator, oblivious to the child's presence, continued his work. Olu, who had been watching from the treetops, sprang into action. With incredible agility, he swooped down, scooping Kemi into his strong arms just as the machine's jaws closed where she had fallen. He carried her to safety, his movements swift and precise. The other children followed, awestruck by the sight of the guardian chimpanzee. Back in the village, Kemi's story spread like wildfire. The villagers were filled with a renewed sense of hope. Olu had shown them that the spirits had not abandoned them. Mama Amina gathered the village elders. "We must act," she declared. "Olu cannot do this alone. We need to unite and protect our home." The villagers devised a plan. They would use their knowledge of the forest to sabotage Agrotech's operations. Traps were set to disable machines, and pathways were blocked with fallen trees. The villagers worked tirelessly, guided by Olu, who seemed to anticipate the corporation's every move. Olu became a symbol of resistance. His bravery and intelligence inspired the villagers to stand firm. Night after night, he led daring raids, rescuing animals trapped by the deforestation and guiding them to safer areas of the forest. Agrotech's progress slowed, and frustration grew among its ranks. The corporation's CEO, Mr. Williams, decided to visit the site personally. He was determined to put an end to the disruptions. On a fateful day, Mr. Williams arrived with a team of armed guards. They marched into the forest, ready to confront the villagers. But Olu was ready too. From the shadows, he watched and waited. As Mr. Williams and his team reached a narrow pass, they found their path blocked by a massive fallen tree. Annoyed, Mr. Williams ordered his men to clear it. As they walked, Olu signaled the villagers. From the treetops, they unleashed a barrage of fruits and stones, confusing and disorienting the guards. In the chaos, Olu swooped down, snatching Mr. Williams' briefcase. The villagers retreated, and Olu led them to a hidden cave deep within the forest. There, they discovered documents detailing Agrotech's illegal activities and plans to bribe local officials. With the evidence in hand, the villagers contacted a local journalist named Ao, known for his fearless reporting on environmental issues. Ao agreed to help, and within days, the story was published, exposing Agrotech's corruption and illegal deforestation. The revelation caused an uproar. Environmental organizations, both local and international, joined forces to pressure the government to act. Protests erupted in major cities, demanding justice for the forest and its inhabitants. Under mounting pressure, the government suspended agrotechers' operations and launched an investigation. The forest was given a temporary reprieve, but the villagers knew their fight was far from over. With agrotechers' machines silenced, the villagers turned their attention to healing the forest. Under Olu's watchful eye, they planted new trees and tended to the wounded land. Slowly, the forest began to recover, its vibrant life returning. Olu continued to protect the forest, his presence a constant reminder of the bond between the people and their land. The villagers honored him, building a sanctuary where he and other rescued animals could live safely. Mama Amina passed away peacefully, knowing that her beloved forest was in good hands. Olu, now a legend in his own right, stood as a guardian of the forest, his story inspiring generations to come. Years passed, and the village of Ife flourished. The forest, once threatened, was now a symbol of resilience and unity. Ecotourism brought visitors from around the world, eager to see the legendary Guardian Chimpanzee and the restored forest. The villagers, proud of their heritage, shared their story with the world. They taught the importance of living in harmony with nature, of protecting the earth for future generations. Olu, now older and wiser, continued to roam the forest. He had become a living legend, his story etched into the hearts of the people. The bond between the villagers and the forest was stronger than ever, a testament to the power of unity and the spirit of a brave chimpanzee. In the heart of the Osun Forest, the whispers of the ancient spirits could still be heard. They spoke of a guardian who had saved his people, a hero who had stood against the forces of destruction. And as long as the forest stood, the legend of Olu would live on, a beacon of hope and courage for all. The story of Olu and the village of Ife spread far and wide. It reached classrooms and boardrooms, inspiring environmental policies and conservation efforts. Governments and organizations began to see the value of preserving natural habitats, understanding that the true wealth of a nation lay in its natural resources and the well-being of its people. Olu's legacy became a symbol of the fight against deforestation and environmental degradation. His story was told in books, documentaries, and songs, each retelling a reminder of the difference one can make with courage and compassion. The Osun Forest, now a protected reserve, thrived. Wildlife returned, and the ecosystem flourished. The village of Ife, once on the brink of despair, became a model of sustainable living, where tradition and modernity coexisted in harmony. And so, the guardian of Osun Forest, the brave chimpanzee who had saved his people, lived on in the hearts and minds of all who heard his story. For in the end, it was not just a tale of a chimpanzee and a forest, but a story of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of unity. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed video. See you in our next video. Kindly support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel at Chukwudiolola.